Okay, James. Yeah, your name's James. um, so I took a quick peek at your code, and then I thought, well, I'll just make a video of how my thought process works as I'm trying to debug this, and maybe that'll kind of help you in the future think, okay, well, maybe I can do this and try this and try this. So we will do that. And I can't record my phone, so I'm going to be using the emulator. So I hope you can forgive me for that. So, okay, so I'm running your app here. Let me restart it. I'm running your app here. I've got the emulator going, and your front page, your main activity comes up with your radio buttons and your find news. The first thing I noticed in here is that you are not checking for this to not have an option. So if I was to just push find news, like nothing gets sent, but the intent still works. So in this instance, the URL is going to be null. In this instance, the URL is not going to be null. And if you saw the emulator right there, your text popped up for a second. Where you have setting the text to down here be the new URL. That text did pop up for a second, but then it disappeared, and that's because your list view was just taking over. That's all. So that's perfectly normal. And so there's no errors in here. You can this utilities param, unknown param. Let's ignore that for now, and we'll come back to that later if we find a reason to. So the first thing that I would do in this situation with no errors, I would start to put log statements in. We know we're hitting this, and we know it's going to the next intent. And because we saw that quick flash, we can be pretty confident that the URL is going over. However, let's verify that by doing a log statement. I was playing around with this a little bit before, but so on create, I'm just gonna kind of repeat the log statements that I did do, just to be thorough. We know we're in here. What we want to do is we want to go down here and we want to log out this URL and see what we get. Actually, we'll just call this bundle. And I've already been through this, so I know it's going to work. But just, again, be thorough. That, all right, so we've got the URL up there. Let's click on it, make sure, and sure enough, the URL works. It is producing data. So let's find out if that data is not coming back as a JSON string. That works. So what's the next thing we can look for? So we know, look down here, you've got doing background and you're getting all of this. In the Earthquake app and in my news app, all of that code went into the queries utility file, which in your case is similar to this make HTTP connection file where you're kind of splitting it up. And I see what you're doing. You're trying to reorganize it to match your train of thought, and that's fine. So what we need to do is we need to verify that this right here is getting the JSON. So this here, it's new string builder. Where's JSON coming back? Let's try this here. Actually, let's go to HTTP connect. Let's make sure the URL is coming in here. Whoops. Whatever. And this is just my train of thought. This is how I do this. I go through every method, and I do a log and see if I get something back. Horrible. I'll do tech, find news, make HTTP request URL. That again in the browser is producing results. It's getting through here. Do this. Now let's check this to make sure that that's working, which it should be. Okay, and so down here, see we are getting a JSON response back. So that is good. Still not getting any errors though. I think we can confidently say the issue is not in that class. So if we do this, darn it. I would assume this is also returning JSON, but thoroughness, we're going to try it. Tech, find news, and JSON string. So that's bringing back JSON. So let's see. We can trace this more here. String builder, JSON string. Let's make sure JSON string is producing in here. Should be. Then we will also do this. Gotta do more than one thing at once here to speed it up. Nobody wants to sit and listen to me chit chat all day. Tech, find news. Okay, so my JSON array is coming back null, so we've found the problem. Why would you be coming back null? Got JSON object on string. Let's see, so that should. Let's try. This might not work. Heck. Okay, okay. Oh, I see the issue right here. Delete this so I know what's wrong. Let's take a look at the array we're getting back, at the object, the JSON object, and what you have here. You have JSON object, root JSON object equals new JSON object JSON string. Correct. Then you have JSON array, my JSON array, root JSON object, JSON array results. Here's results. You first need to grab response. That's the problem. So you need to do, and I'm just going to copy and paste mine because I don't want to split. This, then, let's see. Ah, ah, what'd I do? It's been a long day, man. Why did you not? Oh, let's see. All right, let's see what happens. There we go. So the issue was the JSON you were trying to parse. You were missing that top level object, and so it was coming back null once you got to this point. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully, my copy and paste log junk will will help you in the future and think of ways to possibly diagnose issues when you don't have a printout like that. So that it's one more thing you can try before you have to bite the bullet and go. I don't know about you, but once I get to the point where I'm like, oh God, okay, I gotta finally ask for help. It's like just feel utterly defeated. Don't worry about that. That's what we're there for. So hopefully that this can help you out. And if you still have problems after this, let me know, and I'll be glad to take another look and see what we can learn.